Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well. Happy Monday. Doing another Monday live stream. I don't know how loud I am. I think I'm okay. I sound okay. If you are joining me, which you would be, I guess, if you're watching this, let me know where you're coming from. Say hello in the chat. I'm going to be making make automations today. So I'm really excited about that. A couple of other things I'm excited about. Let's see if I can do this over here. Well, first of all, I got Skycam going on. So what happened was, and you can kind of see it over here, but I'll get a better angle for this. But I got Skycam going on over here because I moved my camera onto this mount, this movable base mount. It used to be on an arm here. You could probably see there's like some scuffing right there. But if you had watched my live streams previously, you'll know that it's like a little wobbly. Gets a little wobbly. I don't really like it. And so I went ahead and decided to actually put it on a big, sturdier base. And so it's like, it's not as far out, but it's less shaky, which is the most important thing to me. So I'm really excited about that. And then I went ahead and repurposed the arm for Skycam. So I've got the B camera. This feels like a good, like if you're watching me work camera, like maybe I can have Skycam. I probably want to clean up behind me. We're cleaning house right now. I don't know where I'm pointing because it's mirrored, but we're cleaning house right now. And so I should probably clean up behind me if I'm going to use Skycam more. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. What is here and there is, if you are joining me, be sure to say hello in the chat. Tell me who you are, where you're coming from. And if you want to see me make some automations, some things that maybe you're wondering if Make can do that Zapier does, that's a good place to start. I will say if you're watching on YouTube, that, you know, I'm going to move this back a little bit. Feels a little close. All right. If you're watching on YouTube, I've got super chats and super stickers enabled so you can see my lights blink from purple to something different. If you want to do that, you can donate $1 or more. And then finally, oh, that's not, do I have the actual promo here somewhere? No, nope. Cool. Oh yeah, I had it labeled. I'm writing more on automation stuff over at soloautomator.com. And so maybe my next article will be like how to organize your stream deck so that you don't look like an idiot. I will say I just did a live stream, not just, but last week I did a webinar with Trudy Avery where I changed around some of the buttons so that it would be easier for me to bring her in and different views and things like that. So, you know, stuff happens. That's what the live event is, right? This will be the last thing before I move on to Make. Last week over on, was it last week? Over on LinkedIn, I posted about, because some people are like, oh, you shouldn't edit your podcast. You should, because people like the raw conversation. I assure you, nobody listens to pre-recorded stuff or watches pre-recorded stuff for the mistakes, right? No one watches Game of Thrones and hopes to see a Starbucks cup. Or no one watches Ted Lasso and hopes to see a boom mic in frame, right? Nobody wants that. People watch the live events for mistakes, right? Is a kid going to come busting in, right? So people watch NASCAR, sadly, for the crashes, right? Like, what's going to happen? We're watching live. Anything could happen. Nobody watches pre-recorded stuff for the mistakes. If they're seeing something pre-recorded, they want to see something polished. But this is live. And so It's it's gonna be less polished. It's gonna be as polished as possible. I'm not like not trying to be. It's not amateur hour over here, but there'll be some little mistakes going live and things like that. Plus, I did just spend most of my live stream prep time changing the camera and adding Skycam. And so I didn't test all the buttons like I should, but I just realized I did label them properly. Okay. I'm watching the muted stream over on LinkedIn. I'll tell you, Skycam looks pretty good. Skycam is looking good. Okay. Once again, welcome. I'm Joe Casabona. You probably know that if you're watching this. And I'm going to be building some make automations today. So let's dive right into that. I'll zoom in here. And so I did make a list. Actually, this will be a good one to ease our way into it. I did make a list. You can see it here on my Kindle Scribe. Of automations I might want to make. And then an automation that is definitely not going to be ready today, but maybe I'll talk you through it a little bit. That might be fun. Did I take a screenshot of this workflow thing that I want to try? I did. Hey. So maybe I'll just kind of, I don't know. I'm like afraid to, oh, you can see so much for like not putting my kids on the live stream. Yeah, so you can actually see this. Maybe I'll like drop it in to the actual live stream so you can get a better look at it. But the pictures you saw were from a dance party that my kids and I had yesterday. I guess I shouldn't be too concerned. I posted a video on Instagram. Okay, so let's increase the volume of the music a little bit. Okay, so I already have an automation here that watches when a tag is added. And then if the pro member tag is added. So I have a product called How I Built It Pro, where bunch of premium stuff happens, right? So if you're a member of How I Built It Pro, you get access to certain live stream archives. I'm kind of reworking that a little bit, but you get access to longer ad-free episodes of my podcast, and you get access to some paid newsletters now. Is something I'm experimenting with, right? And I just moved over to Transistor for my podcast host, and so I will say, for all my druthers about Castos in the recent present, something that they had pretty nice was direct ConvertKit integration, because the problem with ConvertKit, this drives me absolutely mad, is that first of all, they don't have any automation triggers based on, like, external automation triggers based on if someone purchases a product. But what you can do is when someone purchases a product, you can tag them. And so that's what's happening here. I have an automation in ConvertKit. Let's see. Let me bring this up, actually. And I'm switching to Skycam because I don't want to show you actual subscribers. That's not a nice thing to do to the people who have given you their email address. So I do have, let's see, where is this automation? Oh, maybe it's not even, oh, it's got to be. Okay, here we go. I'll share this again. Okay. So I have this automation, right? And so it's a couple steps. First of all, this is in ConvertKit, so your mileage may vary. I would say, like, if you are thinking about doing a membership if you're thinking about doing a membership, full stop, I really thought ConvertKit Commerce was a good solution. It is not. it's not a good solution right now. And I'm about to tell you why, but I'll just leave it there. It's not a good solution for memberships. If your sole purpose for the membership is a paid newsletter, fine. Like if you want something to compete with Substack, I haven't used Substack. I'm going to guess Substack is more feature complete than this, but if you just want to send out a newsletter on a weekly basis to people who are currently subscribed, I assume that the ConvertKit Commerce works for that. It doesn't work well for anything else, but I'm like pot committed at this point, so I'm just gonna like muscle through. But you want something better. You want like Patreon or Memberful, or Paid Memberships Pro, which is what I use for my podcast mastery program. All of those things would be better. Full stop. So anyway, here's what's going on. When someone buys How I Built It Pro, first of all, if they have a tag, this is a transitory measure, I'll call it. If they have a tag called auto churn, so these are for people who purchased my membership in my old system, which is now gone, because I wanted to simplify things. They got tagged with auto churn. So if they buy How I Built It Pro, they get untagged from auto churn because I don't want to churn them. And I can show you that automation if you want to. If you want to see it, let me know in the comments if you want to see it. Probably if nobody comments, I'll still show you because people are watching on the replay and maybe they're going to be like, hey, I wanted to see that. Then I set the membership status to current member in a custom field. I'm trying to use custom fields a lot, but again, ConvertKit, like external automations, like don't play nice with these really. So I also tag them as members. And then I tag How I Built It Pro to yes. This is all legacy nonsense. And then I add them to the club onboard sequence. And then they get also added to my normal subscriber list. So that's this automation. If I go back and I show you the auto churn sequence, when they get tagged auto churn, they get delayed. So everybody went through this. Hot dog. They get delayed until a custom field, which I set as their expiration date. And I'm guessing I just set everybody to like April 1st. April 1st at the latest. So anyway, so everybody's gone through this. If they have a blank custom field for How I Built It Pro, untag them from members, untag them from current member, set their membership status to churned, and then send them this win back sequence. Basically, the win back sequence is saying like, hey, your membership expired. So maybe, we moved and you probably missed that we moved. So here's the way that you can pay now. So everybody's gone through this. So I can technically get rid of this and update the membership onboard because now the number of members should match only the people who have bought the product. But that's neither here nor there. I mean, it's here and there, but it's not here nor it's neither here nor there for right now. So what I want to do, all of that preamble was that I'm watching for the tag member or pro member. Oh, yeah, I just labeled it this way. Okay. No filter here. And then create, use their email address to create the transistor.fm membership link. Now, I don't know if this actually returns anything, but what I would like to do is update a subscriber. So let's find out. Let's get rid of this. Attributes, subscribe URL. Fantastic. Thank you, Transistor, for working the way I expected you to. So throw that subscriber ID in there. And then How I Built It Pro we can set to the subscriber URL instead. And then I will have a URL for them. Great. That was easy. All right. Now that our feet are wet or we're warmed up or whatever you want to say for that. The next thing I want to see if I can do, I'm not confident that I can do this. Yeah, I'm not super confident that I can do this. Because one of the things, this is what drives me the most crazy, is one of the things that you can't do in ConvertKit Commerce is know when someone has churned. So if they stop paying for your membership, they'll still keep getting the private feed. There's no way to churn that member from the private feed, right? So create a new scenario. Let's just see. ConvertKit. Maybe this has changed, right? Let's see. Remove attack. So these are watch subscriber activated, add a subscriber to a form, get a subscriber, update a subscriber, remove a tag by ID, sequences, watch tag removed. Cool. This is like fine if back in automation land I could, like, let's look at auto churn now that auto churn is complete. Purchase. There's no way for me to know that someone has stopped paying. So even if like tag is removed, watch tag removed, it doesn't matter. What I would have to do, see, this is like not going to make any sense as an automation, I don't think. What I would have to do is, let's say on the first of every month, I would have to list subscribers. This isn't even the thing I need. Okay. What I would have to do, delete this. Is list subscribers by tag. Or list subscribers by tag. And then the tag would be members. And then we'll make the limit like 20. And then in Transistor, let's just see. List subscribers. I don't. So this is get a subscriber. List subscribers. So we need to do both of these things. Again, let's limit it to 20. Is there a looping mechanism? We're kind of playing with live ammo right now. This is one of the hard things about automations like this is there's not really like a development server that you can set up. So we're kind of playing with live ammo. All right, so let's throw this repeater in here. I would also like to know if the bundles start at 0. All right, I guess let's just run this step, right? Because this will get. Okay, bundle starts at 1. One to total number of bundles. And then query for email address. Oh. I might want to do this the other way around, right? I would want to get a list of the active subscribers and then see if that user has the member tag. And if they don't, remove them and untag them. Because everybody in the member tag should have. Okay, glad I'm thinking through this. Let's start over from scratch. List subscribers. And I don't want a limit. I want the limit to be all of the subscribers. Do you see how this would not scale very well at some point? Like right now I've got like 10 subscribers, right? But if I get to like 100, this is going to be untenable. And I probably need like a real membership solution. Or I would need ConvertKit to actually give me the data to churn my users. I can't see myself gesturing, so I think the Opal froze. The Skycam has frozen. Very exciting. Skycam froze. Yep. It's probably really hot too. It is. The Opal C1, this is like another reason that it's like a super duper fun experiment, is that the Opal C1 kind of sucks. And I would never recommend it. But anyway. All right. No limit, like the kind of Texas Hold'em I like to play. So let's grab our repeat thingy, put it here. Boom. Total number of bundles. And then we'll go to ConvertKit. And we will get a by a subscriber's ID. Maybe that's actually the one I want. No, that's not really what I want. I want to get a specific subscriber. More brain power is going into this than it should. Because ConvertKit should tell me when someone churns. That'll be like the number one piece of feedback I give at Craft and Commerce this summer. Be like, hey, can you tell me when someone churns? I've already told them I want that, but you know. They're like, oh, we'll add it to our whatever. Cool. That won't help me for a long time. Remove tag by ID. Remove tag by email. There we go. Get subscriber tags. This is so stupid. What? Why would I know the subscriber ID? Why would I know that? Just starting off. Get a list subscribers. Why can't I? This is not a list. Just one subscriber. This is also not going to work, and I'll tell you why in a minute. I would have to search the bundles. Right. Stupid. Here, well, here's why I thought my thing wouldn't work. Um, if there are multiple tags, then you're getting oh boy, lost my train of thought here. You're getting like an array of things. You're not just getting like a list of tags. So now if I set up a filter, this is also already really complicated for something that should already exist. Array aggregator. What's this do? Okay. All right, let's see how this goes. I'm just gonna run it. See what happens. Double check something first. Well, what I'll do is this. Okay, so you can see I have 10 subscribers here. I'm a little nervous. What do you mean this module's not set up? Uh-oh. Okay. Well, that worked out probably exactly the way I expected it to. All right. So it seems like, well, so we're getting... So this part worked. Again, I'm gonna... Skycam still frozen. It sure is. Gosh, this part, the first part worked. Cymac, I hope I'm saying that right. Thanks so much for being here. I'm glad this was helpful. I feel like my speciality is failing horribly on live streams and then talking through it. So I'm glad you found that. I'm glad you found that helpful. If anybody has any other questions, feel free to post them in the chat here. I'll be checking because there's no LinkedIn integration. I will be checking that periodically as Cymac. I hope I said that right. Knows. All right, so I want to double check something here. So subscriber ID. Let's compare some. Okay, so here's. Oh boy. Here's what happened. Subscriber ID. Let's put no limit on that one too. And then why did this one fail? It's just telling me it's a runtime error. I'm guessing it timed out. Is ConvertKit's probably mad at me for hitting their API a lot. I don't know how many operations that was, so I'm going to check that too. Because I don't want to like blow out. Yeah. That was so many operations. Okay. So that's not the right way to do it. I can share this screen. If you are unfamiliar with Make, the main difference between Make and Zapier is that Zapier, while being like 9 times more expensive than Make, just runs things. They don't tell you like how they did it or what, if they're like how many steps it had to take essentially. Whereas Make charges you by the operation, which is fine as long as you're keeping an eye on that. So like the $10 plan is 10,000 operations, which is usually fine for me, right? Like you could see I usually do around 200 per day. So I am well below the main threshold. But today, just now, really, that one automation I just made, more than doubled my daily normal operations, which means that even if that worked, this would be unsustainable, right? Because if I'm doing 600 operations a day times 30 days, that's 18,000. And granted, okay, so actually it's once, right? So, okay, so then it's fine if I'm doing it once a day or once a month, right? Only at the end of the month. But that's still, that tells me that that's like not the right way to do it, right? So what I want to do probably is get the subscribers, and then I want to check get subscriber tags. No limit here. Aggregate them by tag name. And then I would love to see what that data looks like. Bundle 1, auto churn, array. Okay, so it got, oh boy. It got the tags for each user individually, which is why we would have seen 100 executions, probably at least. Okay, so this is not the way to go. So I don't think this is just not something I'm going to be able to do automatically. I mean, it is something I'd probably be able to do automatically, but it's not. I have now spent too much time on this problem. Because of the low amount of subscribers I have right now, it would just make sense for me to tell my VA, hey, go in, look at the member list in ConvertKit, look at the member list or the subscriber list in Transistor. If there's somebody on the Transistor list who's not in the member list in ConvertKit, axe them, right? So that's what I'll have to do. Like I'll probably do that today and then show her like what to do every month. But yeah, it's just frustrating. It's frustrating that I'm frustrated. First of all, I'm frustrated with myself for not properly evaluating, right? For making some assumptions like, well, ConvertKit is good and they know what they're doing. And so surely they'll give me a way to know when someone unsubscribes, right? To know when someone stops paying for a product that they're currently paying for. And they have to know that. But what they're probably doing is looking at the list of purchases every time they send an email. When what should happen is if someone doesn't renew, that should trigger, that should be able to trigger an automation. Where at least I can tag them as churned, because then I can make a make automation to watch the churned tag. So that's frustrating. The last thing, got about 15 minutes left here. The last thing I think I want to try to do here is newsletter curation. This was something I was doing for a while with Evernote. And then Evernote, Evernote's not very good, to put it nicely. And so I stopped doing that, and I thought I'll just do the curation stuff myself, right? And so, again, if we go to, my profile here, if we look at today's newsletter, hey reader, you can see that I have these quick hits. Oh my God, guys. This is so bad. This is so bad. What even happens to do that? Like what even happens? This is so bad. I should fix this right now. Let's see. CSS, no orphaned words. How to avoid orphaned words on a line. There we go. I'm just gonna fix this right now. This is insane to me that that's a thing. Create a profile. Do they don't even have custom CSS for this, do they? God, that is frustrating. I should tell you, I love ConvertKit. I love ConvertKit. But there are these things that have happened in the last couple of years that is just like very hasty rollouts. Like the idea that, again, like the e-commerce stuff aside, the fact that like this is not the browser default. Right? Like on how many websites do you see this happen? Where a letter is orphaned at the end of a line, and it's happening multiple times here. Only in the link. It's only in the links. It's only in the links. But again, like they have custom CSS for all of their forms, but not for this, right? Just like I can't attach this form to a form, if that makes sense. Like I can't creator profile as its own form, and I can't do anything with it. Like they just like, oh, well, everybody, surely this is what everybody wants. So it's wild. There's a lot of missing features. I would love to apply some CSS because it would be, I don't know, it would be like, It would literally be, I think, this. I'm pretty sure. White space, no wrap. That's what it would be. Suddenly, this has turned into a web development live stream, but this is what I'm going to show you right now. I used to be a web developer. I mean, I still am. Right? But if we go here, let's select this link. They're explicitly yeah, they are explicitly doing it. Why? Why, ConvertKit, would you do that? I'm going to send her, right after this live stream, I'm going to send a request to be like, why would you do that? Anyway, God, doesn't make any sense. Hurts my brain. All right. Well, discard changes. We'll just leave this as off and mark it as not working. I need to name it not working. Oh, this is working, actually. Oh, actually, I just stupid. Is there It's fine, right? It doesn't really matter because it didn't work. So why would I care? But let me just see previous versions. This is the only version because I didn't save my changes. That's stupid. I'm a dum-dum. In this case, I'm a dum-dum. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't work, so I'm going to delete it. The other thing... So, the other thing I could do... I'm not going to do it now because we're out of time. But if you're interested in seeing something like this, let me know in the comments if you're watching the replay later. Is essentially aggregate content. And there's a couple of ways I can do this, right? If I save something in Pocket. But this is really first of all, it's mostly my own blog posts. And then it's my podcast interview, sponsors. And then it's some promotional stuff, right? So, I mean, maybe it's not maybe I just have a place to store with some notes, and I can do that with a shortcut. That would be better as a Siri shortcut than a make automation. So, learn a lot on these things. This is the oh, you know what? Actually, what I will do now is this is the trials and tribulations of doing something live, right? Is that I don't know. I am just trying stuff. This is not teaching. I mean, I guess it is teaching, but it's not what I'm setting out to do, right? So, okay. Anyway, here is my big old workflow that I want to do for, I'll probably talk about this on the podcast too, about what I would love to do for signing new podcast sponsors, because this is it's not a pain. Excuse me, where's my coffee? All right. It's not a huge undertaking, but it's just it happens infrequently enough, right? Usually I'll book a couple of sponsors all at the same time, and then several months will go by before I book more sponsors. And like, you know, maybe passion fruit, maybe next week's live stream we'll be checking out passion fruit, but maybe passion fruit solves this and I don't have to build it. But like, I would love outreach, or like they agree and then I have this information, start date, duration, cost and type, like all of these things I would need to, and then send to a document like HelloSign, a document manager, like HelloSign or Newsy. And then once they sign the contract, send them the invoice. Once the invoice is paid, send them or add them as like ready to sponsor, and then send them the onboarding email. Like that stuff I would love to happen automatically. And so I mapped this out on my Kindle Scribe a little while ago. Again, I don't know if this is like the right thing to do, like the right route to take, or if, again, a tool like Passion Fruit, which I can bring that up. It's like Passion Fruit .xyz. Goo, that was risky. XYZ. .me. That's better. That's better, y'all. You know, they do like the sponsorship management stuff, and so like maybe this is better, right? Maybe I should look into this because I don't know. Like, I like my system, it's fine, but there's definitely room for improvement. I'm sorry, are you telling me I need to join your mailing list to view the resources? Yes, you are saying that. But you know, like I know a few folks. I think am I on this page? Oh no, but this is like, they said they didn't do this. I guess if they facilitate the whole thing, it's fine. This is taking a turn outside of automation, but the one thing that I'm like a little bit concerned about, right, is that I like to facilitate the relationships. So let's see, he has a bunch of stuff here, but I mean, it looks like price to be negotiated, so you can do that, and then I guess they can reach out. I was walked through this. Yeah, so that's fine actually. All right. Yeah, so maybe I'll do this on the live stream next week, but I was walked through this and it looks pretty impressive. So, you know, maybe that's what I need. Anyway, that's it for this live stream. Thanks so much for joining me, for watching me struggle. Shout out to the people who are like just joining now. I just saw the number go up a little bit. But thanks so much for being here. I appreciate it. I'm sorry that Skycam is frozen because I love Skycam, but the Opal C1 is butt. And probably like, I'm sure if I probably like kill the software, but that's less than ideal, right? For a camera during a live stream, you don't want to have to kill the software so that it works again. Kill all that, kill them all. But anyway, thanks so much for watching this live stream. If you just tuned in, I'll wait like 30 seconds if you have any questions, comments, concerns about automation or make or anything. I am happy to answer those questions. All right, I restarted the Opal software. Skycam? Nope. It's not Skycam. This is the worst view, actually. Plug in your Opal. It is plug in. Yeah. The Opal C1 is garbage. That's what I'll leave you with this on this live stream. Thanks so much for watching. And until next time, I can't wait to see what you make.